check. I'm gonna open the chat here. I wanna know how many of you need more hours, yeah. How many of you feel like you're always working but not getting ahead, or you're always trying to get a grip on your day, but it's always getting away from you? If that's you, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you are wanting to be able to create some peace in your daily life, some peace in your daily activities, knowing that you're moving towards your dream, because the reality is if you're here, it's probably because you want to create an empire. That's what we do. So I'm going to run through that today. And just give you guys how you can change your life in 30 minutes a day or less. And I know that that seems extreme, but I'm telling you, it is very, very possible. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's very cool to see people actually apply it. So there's 5 simple keys, and my promise to you is that by the end of this training, you're gonna understand what you need to do to change your life, right? Like let's catch that. You change your life. I'm going to show you guys my story quickly because, again, some of you are so new that you don't know. I want you to know why I'm so passionate about this. When I was a brand new mom, my daughter's 22 now, but when she was about a year old, I ended up in a women's shelter. And then from there, had to go into low-income housing. When I ended up in a women's shelter, I had no bank account, no car, no place to live, no family, nothing. I had no money. I had nothing. I had $5 to my name. So thank God for women's shelters. But then I got into low-income housing. That's literally a picture of the outside of it. Now, understand that even when I lived there, I didn't feel poor. I'm gonna get into that here in a minute. But I was earning less than $20,000 a year in one of the most expensive cities in Canada. And I was driving that exact Firefly, which is so crazy. That thing barely ran. So I have been literally at the bottom of the picture, right? Like wanting more, knowing I wanted more for my kids, and now to earning millions of dollars. Now, understand, you guys, that it's not about the money, and you're going to hear that here in a minute, but we just moved in, and I want you to, I really wanted to show you this because wait till you see one of the keys to you getting what you want in your future. Wait till you see what was on my dream board. So this is a place that we just moved into. That's my dining room. That is my closet, which is crazy to me. Yeah, you saw a little bit of it on Greg's live today. Yeah, so we are absolutely loving it. I'm married to the man of my dreams. He's my best friend. He's my partner. He's crazy, just like me. And we love, love, love to travel. So also being able to be on stage with my mentors, John Maxwell, like being featured in John Maxwell's program, his leadership program, was crazy to me. I'm like, what is happening? Being on stage with Danny Johnson, Bob Proctor, you know, teaching alongside of these people, having come from where I come from, it's a really big deal. And so now, of course, we coach tens of thousands of people on creating 6 and 7 figure incomes, women from home. You know, we have a network marketing program, the Success Planner, the Inner Circle. There's a lot of stuff going on. So you guys understand what that leads to when you start to get on track with your mission and your passion and your purpose. That leads to opportunities. Opportunities like being written up in magazines, being on stage with the most powerful women in network marketing, being featured on podcasts, being featured on the news, #1 best-selling book with Matt Morris. It's a lot. And people ask me all the time, how do you do all of it? I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I'm going to break it down. And now, of course, we have launched She's Creating an Empire, which is where we certify women to become coaches, financial fitness academy coaches. We teach them how to build business, brand, and bank account that they love. So we have clients that come to us to learn to pay off their debt, create multiple streams of income, build a brand online, build their businesses, etc. And we certify coaches so that they can then go out and have their own 6-figure business and learn how to do that from home. So I'm really excited because, you know, it all sounds really amazing, but what you need to know is the struggle is real. I'm so sick of, you know, people thinking or acting like success is a cakewalk, because it's not. It's very, very, what do you call that? Like diligent, like it's on purpose, you know? So everyone around you is going to tell you you can't. So I want you to think about, thank you, Erin. I want you guys to think about what you have on, you know, if you could do anything, what would it be? Right? I want you guys to think about something. You want to build a business? Do you want to have a side hustle? Do you want to build a brand online? Do you want to, maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you just want to do it really, really well. Maybe you want to retire from your job, quit your job. Maybe you want to be able to live wherever you want. We moved to Panama City, Panama on purpose, right? Shanda is traveling the world. Stacy Papp, who's on here tonight, is joining me in Panama City on Friday. She's moving her family here. And so, you know, you guys think about what it is that you actually want. Well, everyone's going to tell you that you can't do it, right? Stacy faced that this week, people telling her that, you know, she's making a big mistake, blah, 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 all the things. Well, guess what? People are also going to quit on you. They're not going to like what you're doing, and you're going to want to quit on yourself. I'm sure if I ask Stacy that, you know, is she like all excited? I'm pretty sure she's going to tell you, well, she would have quit a few times over and given up had she not told everyone what she was doing. So people are going to mock you, criticize you, and hurt you. That is why you need to really get clear on what you're doing. And I'm going to show you how to increase your chances of winning. And Stacy says, yes, she's terrified. And that's the thing. Success is scary. Like the things that it takes you doing, right? Because you have to become a different person than you were yesterday to get a different result than you had today. I'm going to say that one more time. You have to become a different person tomorrow, like to get a result tomorrow that you didn't have today. You have to be different, right? So of course that's scary. Nobody likes change. Now, who can apply these 5 keys? Anybody in traditional sales, if you're growing a team, network marketing, traditional business, like I said, wants to be a stay-at-home mom and do it really, really well, wants to build a brand online, or who wants to radically transform any area of their life. I have seen, and you guys, well, let me just ask the people in the chat, because this is my favorite thing about this community. How many of you, your marriages have improved since you've been a part of our training? Drop a 2 in the chat if your marriage has improved. If your life has improved, your kids' life, you know, being with your kids and stuff has improved, drop a 3 in the chat. If you have paid off debt, drop a 4 in the chat. If you have created multiple streams of income, right? Drop a 5 in the chat. You guys get it? Like, this is what we do. So it doesn't matter your background. Like I'm looking on here, we got horse trainers, dog trainers, a guy from the oil patch. We got people from all walks of life, right? The reality is that the, you know, question most people have is, where do you start? Like, it's really time for you to start imagining your dream life. This is a key. You have to imagine your dream life. Hey, Trisha, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's our first week, yay. Okay, so, you know, imagine your dream life, and then we just have to create a plan to get your life. Like you heard Shanda say, one of the things that she put on her dream board was that she wanted to be able to fly around the world with one-way tickets. She would see Greg and I go on vacation for a week and stay for 7. I'm not joking. Like we went to Thailand for 2 weeks and we stayed for 3 months. So, you know, like we just do that, right? And so that inspired something in her. And she's like, I want to travel on one-way tickets. I don't want to ask my boss when I have to come back. Shanda, do you remember the day we like mentally fired your boss? Do you remember that day?
Yeah, she told me to stop being so good at my job. Because I kept getting better. Because here's the thing, Melanie tricked me into thinking that, you know, I had to get better to get better. And so I did. I got better at everything. And she's like, you know, I just don't want you to burn out. And here's the thing is that most people, when they don't understand these principles, when they do more, they take on more and they get stressed and they burn out. And I had done that 100 times. So it was coming from a good place, I'm sure. Also, when you learn how to be more efficient and more effective and more at peace, like I was crushing it. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I remember you phoned me and I'm like, she goes, well, Shannon says to me, well, this is what my boss said. And I'm just wondering what your feedback is. I'm like, she's fired. That's my feedback. She's fired. I'm sure it's from a good place, but also no. So I'm just going to take a minute here and we are going to celebrate. Are you guys ready? How many of you know who Ryan Thomas is? How many of you have seen Ryan Thomas transform before your very eyes? If you have, and that's you, yeah. We have Nancy Thomas, Ryan's mom, is on the Zoom with us tonight. And I want to first edify always the mamas. Good job, Nancy, raising that boy. He is a good man. He's got a kind heart. He's deserving and generous and wanting to be better. He studies diligently, both, trading and business. And I just want to say thank you for bringing that boy into the world, because wow, he inspires me every day. So I'm so glad that you're here. Happy Mother's Day in advance. It's Happy Mother's Day. December 8th in Panama is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day from Panama. Thank you. He definitely is amazing. He really is. And you've done a really good job with him. He's an amazing, amazing man. All right. So let's talk about where you want to start. What does your dream life look like? Is your life currently a beautiful adventure, or is it more like a nightmare, right? So what happens is we get so far down the path of our life unconsciously that we end up almost like in a rut. And what I'm asking you to do tonight is believe in what's possible for you. Like, what is possible for you in your life today, right? And some of you may be reluctant to dream again because you've been knocked down. You've had your dreams crashed on the waves, on the rocks. You've had businesses fail. You've had marriages fail. You've got bratty kids, like whatever it is, like I get it, right? Life can be a bit tricky. So how do we believe in what's possible? Well, I want you guys to know that there's a good book that says anything is possible for those who believe. Anything is possible for those who believe. Believe in what? Well, believe in what's possible. Okay. So you have to believe in what's possible. So I just want to crack the door of your mind open today. What if you could work, a good 20 to 40 hours a week, but make millions of dollars and travel the world, be location neutral, have money at your fingertips, be able to live and breathe and do whatever you want, right? This is what we want for you. We want for you to know what's possible for you, but only you can come up with that. So let's take a minute and ask, what would your life look like if you had more time? Just jot something down. What would you do if you had more time? What would you do with your days if you had more time? What would you do with your money if you had more money? Where would you travel? Just one place that you would travel, write it down. What does freedom look like for you, right? Because it's very different for everybody, right? Freaking Greece. I love Grace. She's like, I'd go to freaking Greece. More fun with my kids. Lindy, yes. Beach day, all day, every day. Bali, yes. Come to Panama. I got some space. We're having a crypto event at our house on Thursday. Let's go. It's a private crypto event. With one of the top crypto guys in the world. I'm very excited. Okay, so time with your kid. Would you have more time with your kids, spouse, or both? What time would you give to things that you love that you don't get to now? So we've got Retire Hubby, we've got Italy, we've got Write Music. Oh, Natalie, that would be so beautiful to hear. Open a huge home for children and travel the world. Yes, I love it. Okay, so you guys get it, right? We have hopes and dreams inside of us, but sometimes we ignore them because we don't have the finances to follow up, right? We ignore our freedom because we don't have the finances to follow up. Well, I'm going to show you guys how you can get all of those things. So imagine getting more done with less time so that you can create your dream life now, knowing exactly what to do and doing it each and every day. Key, mic drop right there. I'm going to pause. Knowing what to do and doing it each and every day. A lot of people know what to do, but they don't do the thing every day, right? So total peace because you're sure of where you are going and how you will get there. So key number one is crystal clear picture. We cannot talk about this enough. I love it. Deborah says, build water wells, free kids. Yeah, see, we do all that, Deborah. You're in the right place at the right time. We've rescued over 7,000 women and children from trafficking. We have built literally thousands of water wells. We have fed last year alone over 75,000 people during the pandemic around the world. Well, in India is where we fed them, but so you guys understand that, that's something that's very near and dear to me. So what's your crystal clear picture? Like, what are the things that you want, right? So the question actually is a little bit further than that. Are you who you want to be right now? Let's just take a quick poll. And this is not about guilt, you guys. Like, I'm going to free you. If you hang out with me for any particular amount of time, you're going to find out I have zero judgment. I also put up with zero bullshit. I got a sign today for my desk. It says silence is better than bullshit. Okay, wait till you see it, Shanda. It's like a name tag that goes on my desk, right? So the reality is that the more you hang out with me, the more you're going to realize I have a very high standard for the people in my life and for myself, not in a judgmental way though, because like reality check, if I even told you what happened today, it was like a complete cluster. Like it was so bad. So, but are you becoming who you want to be? And are you who you need to be to get the life you say you want? That's the key. Are you who you need to be to get the life you say you want? So that's a process, right? We're gonna talk about that a little bit further. But is it time to reinvent yourself? Is it time to reinvent the way that you think, the way that you act, walk, and talk, the way that you dress? One of the things that I loved about being in Panama, Vancouver is a Lululemon city. They wear yoga pants literally everywhere, right? It's West Coast. California is the same way. Well, Panama City, people get dressed to go to the mall, like dressed. And I'm really enjoying that because what happens for me is I'm now upping my game and I want to feel good about myself every day. And I feel better when I get dressed. So that's a small example, but is it time for you to reinvent yourself, right? Ask yourself, if you were going to reinvent yourself, who would you become? Okay, so you have to build it in your mind first. This is uber important. If you do not build it in your mind first, you will never have the thing. You have to build it in your mind so you can hold it in your hand. Build it in your mind so you can hold it in your hand, right? And this is my favorite quote, and it's from a movie called The Kingdom of Heaven. It's about a guy, it's about the Crusades, right? Very hard to watch movie, a little bit violent, but in the beginning, there is a big log with the words in it, who is he who does not make the world a better place? And in that movie, it says, I am what I will to be. And I don't know why it hit me so hard, but I am what I will to be. Your will is a determining factor in what you will get in life. Your will is a determining factor. So if your will is weak, it is time to strengthen it, okay? So exactly what do you want? Create the picture of what you want, then feel the feeling of already having the thing. You gotta have gratitude and love. If you don't have gratitude and love, dude, it is game over. Like literally not gonna happen. So you have to have the feeling of having it already, right? Feel the feeling of having it already. Stay in gratitude. And I want you guys to write down 3 things that you want to develop into yourself this year. What are 3 key things that you want to develop into yourself this year? Mine, discipline in the gym. I go 2-3 days a week. I have not been disciplined. I used to be. That's something I want to develop into myself, right? So you guys write down your 3 things. Also, what are 5 things you want to do this year? Just write them down, like 5 things you want to do. I want salsa lessons. I'm learning Spanish. Those are 2 of mine, right? I want to, be able to go to Italy with Greg in 2022 for like a good hot minute. So you guys write down your things, because if you don't put pen to paper, if you don't get the image in your mind, you're never going to hit your goal. Now, here's the question that gets me every single time. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? Like if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do, right? You guys stay to the end, because I'm telling you, this is going to be so good. So I'm going to show you my dream board. I built it on canva.com. It's free app. You can go on, better on your computer, but you can go on there and build it. I decided this was when I was in my Surrey house. So this is 5 years ago I built this, 5 years ago. So I said I wanted to take a girls trip. I said I wanted Greg and I needed $20,000 for a trip with Greg. I wanted penthouse living. I wanted to learn to surf and be living somewhere tropical. I wanted to make sure that we were going on adventures, and I was sick and tired of not having fun. So I put smile, and this is just one page of my dream board. Of course, in the planner, there's several pages that you have to really create a picture. But why is this so important, you guys? Almost everything on this board has come to pass. So I'm gonna show you that here in a minute. So is it actually on here? No, darn it. Okay, well, anyways, I don't know where my closet went, but on my dream board is my closet that you guys saw in that first slide, almost identical. 5 years ago, I put a picture of a walk-in closet with a chair, amazing space, like, you know, the size of most people's like master bathroom. And it has showed up in my life. Penthouse living, we're in a penthouse on the water, right? I didn't know I was gonna get here in Panama. I didn't know that I was gonna take a trip with my girls, which I did. I didn't know, but these were things that I wanted, and because I was willing to work towards them and put them on paper, they actually came to pass. That's exciting, right? That means that anything I set my mind to, I am what I will to be. Anything I set my mind to, I can actually accomplish. So let me ask you one simple question. What will your year look like if you don't change what you're doing right now? If you don't change the way you did this year and move forward into next year, what is going to be different? Are you prepared to get the same results this year and next year as last year, or slide backwards, which is worse, right? That is not what we want for you. So we have to be able to change the way we're living, thinking, and doing things. Now, is it possible to think that you can have something different if you don't change something? Of course, we know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. How many of you would say the last 10 years you've been acting a little insane? You've been acting a little bit like, well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and hope it's gonna get better, right? Like, right? Aaron's like, yep, right? This is what we do as humans, and it's because we lack the training. That's it. We just lack the training and the knowledge to apply to our lives so that we can change our world. So, have you guys ever thought, dream life, I'm just trying to survive over here. Like I'm a mom trying to get it all done. I don't even know how I'm going to do that. I feel overwhelmed all the time to the point of inaction. Wondered, you know, have you ever have mom guilt? Like, where's my mom's at? You ever have mom guilt, feeling like, you know, if you're out doing something other than your family, that, you know, you're a bad mom, right? Like, and asking for help makes you a bad mom, and not being there for every meal makes you a bad mom. Wow, wow, wow. Well, that is all very real. I feel the same way, but also complete crap. If you don't, it is real. If you don't show your kids how to be your best self, they're watching you. Your kids are watching you. And if you're doing nothing with your life and with your time and just plodding along surviving, guess what they're learning from you? And a mom's heart is to never, I mean, we always want more for our kids than we have for ourselves, right? That's just what we want naturally. So, and if you're not a mom, other people's kids are watching you, I promise. Now, have you ever been busy but not had the business results you're looking for, or the financial results, but you're busy all the time, but you don't even know what you're doing because you're busy? Where's my busy people at, right? Like, you're so busy, you don't even know what, but you don't even know what you're busy at. So I know, it's so crazy. And have you ever had your day take over and not get done what you needed to, like your profit producing activities, right? Busy AF, seriously. Okay, listen, today, this is so crazy. I gotta show you guys this. So the planner, right? So we block, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, but we block off time. Well, right here was my social media block, right? So I have to prep social media for my team, or my staff doesn't know what to do. We're talking write emails, so social media campaigns, knowing what is on sale and what's not, and who the clients are that need help, and blah, 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 blah. So I have to do that. I blocked off 4 hours to do it. Do you know that I didn't do one stitch of it? Nope, my day completely took over. I don't even know what happened. The phone rang incessantly. I had people that needed me to set stuff up. The blind guy dropped by, the plant guy dropped by. blah, 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 blah. It was insane. And I was sitting here and I'm like, really, on the day that I'm training on time management, this is what happens? You guys understand that it's never going to be perfect. So what I have to do? Well, not my first thing. I had 10 deep breaths. I just like let it all go. I'm like, I'll move that block to tomorrow. Some of you are going to be afraid to do what I'm about to show you because you feel like by blocking off time, you're saying no to other things. But the reality is the blocks are movable. Now, tomorrow when I go to do this, phone is going off, door is getting shut. I don't care if the house is on fire. I am not moving from my desk until that's done. So understand, you guys, that, you do have to have some grace for yourself, like live with grace. You have to have some grace for yourself because things can get crazy. So we built this planner. Many of you know Heidi. She is my business brain. She runs my company for me, with me, right? She does all the admin stuff. Now she has a psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever he is. Anyway, they call him the feelings doctor, but he literally got a hold of my planner and he was like, what? This is a psychological pathway for success. It's like literally how our brains think. If you've ever felt like you want to do everything at once, or worse, you freeze with overwhelm, get distracted, or give up too easily, use this system. It helps you identify the goal behind the goal, and it will help you reward yourself at the end. I highly recommend it. He sent it to me. I didn't even ask him. He was like, can I give you a recommendation? I'm like, yeah. So now he's telling everybody about the planner. Why? Because the way the human brain works is quite simple when you understand it. And the beautiful part about me is if it's not simple, I don't want to do it. So that's how this was all born. Now, when you master your time, time is money, right? We know that, but actually time is life. You can't get it back. You can't buy it, sell it, save it, trade it. When it's wasted, it's gone. So my core desire is for you to take your hours, your minutes, those precious moments that you have, and make the very, very best of them. I get a lot of questions about how am I supposed to build a part-time business or a full-time job, kids, families, etc. What should I be tracking? How much should I be spending on my business? What do top producers do with their time? What do I do when my family wants all my time? These are common questions. So I'm going to share with you the 5 keys. As long as you guys are ready, open, and willing to learn, this part will go relatively quickly, but I want you guys to know that this is really the meat and potatoes of what you can do. So are you ready, open, and willing to learn a new way of thinking and a new way of being so you can get what's possible for you? If you are, drop a 10K in the chat and we'll go for 10K a month. Anybody want 10K a month? Okay, cool. Let's roll. So, gotta ask you a question. Do you aim for perfection instead of progress? This is the number one thing that people do. They aim for perfection instead of progress. We want progress, not perfection. Do you have multiple names and goal sheets, but nothing's in order? Do you feel like you've written stuff down and then you can't find it? Are you trying to please everybody all the time? Where are my people pleasers at? If you're a people pleaser, drop PP in the chat, right? Drop a PP in the chat. My people pleasers, I am going to set you free tonight. You are going to feel so much better about your life and what you do. We are going to let that go and do something different. Are you constantly doing tasks for other people that they can do for themselves? Uh-oh, busted. Are you making your kids' beds when they could do it? Are you making their lunches when they could do it? Are you doing their laundry? Right? Are you doing stuff for your team that, they could do? Are you using an agenda or not? And are you actually being efficient with your time? That was a question that Shanda got asked and she was like, nope, not being efficient. Saying yes to everybody instead of being clear on your top priorities. Are you clear on your top priorities? What you need to be doing each day? Check this out. In the planner, you have a spot for the top 5 things that you need to do each day. Why? Because if those 5 things get done, you will have peace. If those 5 things that don't get done, you're going to be stressed out at the end of the day, freaking out because you got nothing done. And of course, a lot of people have no real life plan, like master plan, and they don't have a clearly defined definition. Making more money is not an answer, right? Money comes to me easily and frequently from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Making money is easy, but building a life of value, contribution, impact, fulfillment, that takes effort. Okay, so we're gonna go for impact, fulfillment, happiness, joy, being able to give back, right? That's what we're after. So key number 2, you got to use a planner. So obviously I built one because you have to track results. I'm going to show you guys this here in a minute. So the weekly method of operation, if you have not got it, you can go to shescreatinganempire.com and get it. But this is a key. Every week, we plan our week, we weekly review. We plan our week, we weekly review. Why? Keeps us on track. You got to keep your goals for the year in front of you every single week, because how many of you set a goal and then you can't remember what goal you set? You forgot that you wanted the thing, or you get distracted and discouraged and then you don't do the thing, right? We want our top goals for the month, our goals for the week. We want to know what events we're promoting or going to. We want to know if we're in sales, what we're selling. We want to know who we're working with and what we're working on, right? So who you prospect this week. If you're in business, listen, I don't care if you're a doctor, dentist, lawyer, real estate agent, event planner, network marketer, coach, consultant, does not matter. If you're not prospecting, you will not have the money you desire, period. You've got to be out there connecting customers to the company. And of course, what are you studying for personal development? Now that's your week, right? You're looking at that, and then you put your priorities here, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But then at the end of the week, you review it, right? What are the wins? What are the losses? How can I be better? Are you giving more faith to your fears or your dreams? Are you settling? Are you listening to your body? Are you your own best friend, right? Are you accepting others, including yourself, how they are? Are you enjoying the journey and releasing the expectations? This is a self checkup from the neck up, right? So that you every week you're getting into the momentum of planning. So, and I'm going to show you guys here what I do. I track sales activities, I track weekly activities, and of course I have a personal development plan. Now, when you have a plan, you want to work the plan. So check this out. This is right here will change your life. I want you to decide on what the big rocks are in your life. Like, what are the big rocks, the non-negotiables? What are the things you're unwilling to give up? For me, family, fitness, nutrition, spirituality, and marriage, right? So what do? I go in here. This was a date with my daughter, this big pink block, right? This was the gym this morning with my daughter, another big pink block, right? Fitness, well, gym and fitness, family got there together. Spirituality, every single day in the morning, I do my quiet time. I don't move. Anybody who stayed at my house literally knows, do not talk to me. I don't see humans in the morning. I sit by myself for an hour and a half, at least a day, and just be in the spirit, because guess what? The answers are in the silence. So I read, I write, I journal, I pray. And then my marriage, which you guys can see, what we do. Well, this is a bad example because I didn't finish my week yet, but we always have 2 date nights a week, Greg and I, where we go and do something or shut people out or whatever, but it's just me and him. So if you just did this one thing, your life would change drastically. So this is how I do it. I use pink for family, blue for spiritual, green for business, yellow for training. You can use whatever colors you want, but I literally have highlighters on my desk at all times, right? And I highlight. For me, it's very important, because when I don't, mentally, I don't check in with what I'm doing. I need to have a lot of green in my calendar. Why? Because I have very big financial goals. What are your financial goals, right? If you have big financial goals, then you need to know that you have a lot of green in your calendar for prospecting, recruiting, closing, sales, whatever, right? But if you don't have, big money goals, fine, then have a little bit of green. I have big family goals. I need a lot of pink. I have big spiritual goals. I need a lot of blue. And I have big training goals. So you guys understand that this just helps me identify where the leaks are. Now you are going to see that in your day, as you plan, like you guys can see right here, I had the gym and there's a big white spot, and then I was supposed to do my social media. My entire day was like literally a landslide. I don't even know what happened. Client guy showed up unannounced, blind guy showed up unannounced, like hours of stuff happened. So the reality is, for me now, it was very stressful, just like it's going to be stressful for you. But then I had to talk myself off the ledge and say, okay, you can do those things tomorrow. We'll just move them on over tomorrow, and we'll be prepared to say no to people when they try to come by. Now, book your day off. Let's just have some fun. Shanda, how long did it take for you to take a day off? Are you there? How long?
See, I'm not really sure how long. I remember the one conversation. This is one of the things that I figured out is that it takes like 5 or 10 times for me to even actually hear it half the time. I'm like, oh, so there's this thing you've been trying to tell me that I think I heard. Have you told me this before? And every single time it's like, oh yeah, I've said that a solid 20. So, the first time I remember was actually when you dared me. You're like, you should take a day off. I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. She's like, I bet you can't. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I bet you can't. I was like, okay, what's the parameters of this bet? She's like, no phone, no chores, nothing productive, no social media. You're not even allowed to cook or clean. I was like, okay. And I want to tell you this one story about this day off. I remember I got into a rhythm of this and I really started, I was more productive on Monday and Tuesday than I was all the rest of the week combined. And I was like, I'm hooked on this. This is fire. Like, I want to do this some more. Maybe I should take Wednesdays off. I could just like crush the week. That's not what I did. But nonetheless, I was sitting there and I was having this experience. And I remember it was one year, it was probably 3 years ago, and my taxes were due on Monday. Taxes are a very logistical challenge, and I had to go through the paperwork and put it in a spreadsheet. And it was a very practical task, right? Not something that you would think has a huge variable in terms of timeline. I was like, I have a solid 8 hours worth of data entry to do. And I have to work 8 hours, and it's due by 5 o'clock on Monday. And I literally sat down, and I believe that as human beings, we were not made to be slaves. We were not made to work 7 days. We were made to work 6 and rest 1. And so I literally gave it to the universe, gave it to God, and I just said, I trust that you'll do all the heavy lifting. Project took 2 hours. It was done in time. I did it on my lunch hour. I went into work early. It was literally the fastest, easiest thing. And it was all because I just trusted. First of all, my mental clarity helped a lot. Also, my focus helped a lot. But, realistically, you're not really that good to that many people or to that many tasks unless you're well rested. And yeah, I can tell you the look on my face and the look on people's faces when I tell them to take a day off. When I'm like, you're fired. You're not allowed to work tomorrow. The amount of women, and I know there's a few of them on this call tonight that cry, like having permission to just not do it.
Lay in bed and be a slob, or lay in your bathtub, or lay on the floor. I don't care what you do. But like, you guys, I'm really like, I have blankets and snuggly pillows and like tea and a book. Like, if you guys don't know this about me, I'm a full-blown introvert. So like, me being alone is like my like heaven. So you guys understand, look at that. I haven't slept well in 6 months. Take a day off, April, you'll sleep just fine. I think a lot of the time the reasons things take longer is because the anxiety about during, yes, 100%. You work yourself up, you get anxiety, and yeah, no. Okay. Oh yeah, hot mess. Yep. My first time taking that day off, I cooked way healthier. Yes.
Give it a month, or give it a month, take a day, don't do anything productive, don't plug into anything electronic. And I call it a PJ day. I do sometimes watch like sports because that's like my happy thing. But if you just try it for a month, imagine you took 4 Sundays off and you just said, for the next 4 Sundays, I'm going to do nothing productive, and see how it goes. Like,
watch this. This is going to be so fun, Lindy. I love you. You know I love you, right? You know I love you, Lindy. She says, I feel like I couldn't pull that off. My kids seem to always need only me. Lindy, here, you set that up. You set it up like that. You set it up like that. They only need you because you keep answering them. If you stop answering them and make somebody else do it, like extreme case, get a babysitter. Less extreme case, get your family to do it. But I will tell you guys that I have worked with thousands of moms, and without exception, it is always the way we set it up. My children know that if I am in my quiet time, they do not talk to me. I don't like bone or bleeding. That's the only way. So I just want to encourage you. I know. Yeah, I know. It's a thing. And it's a sign of being a really good mom, actually, that you always, you want to be there to pick them up and be there. But the reality is, and I'm going to help you with this, because if you continue down that path, you're going to have kids that don't respect you. They won't respect your time. They won't respect your priorities. They won't respect your purpose and your passion. I really know that that's not what you want. And how many of you on the line, you feel the same way? You feel like, yeah, I'm sure. Come on, if that's you and you feel the same way, drop me in the chat, because I know there's lots of you. I know there is. Okay, cool. So the reality is, you're going to be a better mom by saying no. You're going to be a better mom by saying, no, I'm not available right now. No, I'm putting myself first. No, this is my priority. No, I'm not doing that for you. No, go make your own food. No, go get your own stuff. And this is coming from a mom. This is coming from a mom who, like, I cooked all the meals in my house. I did all the laundry. I did the cleaning. Like, I was a very engaged mom. Not that we have a cleaner now, and if I had the choice, I think a nanny is a great idea. But what I'm saying is I was very engaged, right? Even though I was building big businesses. So the reality is, you have to tell your kids what your parameters are and then stick to them. Because the next step is, if you don't respect your time, no one's going to. If you don't respect your time, no one's going to. I'm going to recommend 2 books for you. Grooming the Next Generation for Success by Danny Johnson. 100% get that book. The other one is Boundaries for Kids. Okay, Boundaries for Kids. Excellent book. The Boundaries for Kids is really more about you, but anyways, it's so good. So let's move on. Thank you, Lindy, for being so honest. I really appreciate that, because it sets the other women here free. When you tell your truth automatically alleviates others. Okay, so you want to make a list of your must-dos, want done, and can wait. Prioritize your top 5, put them in the day. The Danny Johnson one was Grooming the Next Generation for Success. You can get it online. Placing to-dos in your calendar. So you definitely want to place your to-dos at the top of the list. I do it the night before, so I can see what I have to do the next day, review the next morning and again at night to see if you got your tasks accomplished, and then prioritize the list again the next night. So you're constantly just taking a look at what needs to be done. Did I do it? Can I do it tomorrow? Just that, you guys are going to find just so much more productive. Now, time blocking is what I showed you guys. If you're doing all your own cooking, cook on Sundays and Wednesdays, or Mondays. And if you're taking Sundays off, do Mondays and Thursdays, right? That's what I did. Then I booked off my cleaning. By the way, kids should be cleaning. Everyone, it's a family event. 10 minutes of pickup each night. Change your world. Everyone in the house picks up for 10 minutes. Yeah, everyone. Okay. And then, of course, do errands when you're out and about. Don't go do errands. Do it when you're running around. Don't go do it just that's what you're doing. And then here's a free tip. Schedule your social media. Most people are on social media 2 to 4 hours a day, which is insane. You want to put it in your calendar for 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, bang it out, get it done. And if you are not prospecting or building your business, do not spam, and really, really cut back your social media time. And the final thing I'm going to say is thinking days. Before I get into this though, what I want to do is I want to bring on Christine Favis. Christine, I've known for quite a while, actually. We met, I think 9 years ago. I don't know if that's right. You probably need, let me see if I have to get you to turn your camera. Ask to unmute. There she is. Okay, so Christine, I know that obviously you started working with a planner, I think you can tell them. But you guys, this is Christine. I've known her for a long time. She's a business boss. She loves her stuff. She's actually trading. No, you're building ECX, aren't you? You're building online stores?
I built my shop and I'm trading. For,
what are you
crypto.
trading currently?
Crypto is my number one.
Love it. Okay, so you guys, she's built online, so multiple streams of income. We're walking the walk, right? We're not just talking about it, we're doing it. So she's got an online store, she's trading crypto, she's got some residual income coming in, plus whatever else she does in her life. So Christine, if you don't mind just sharing with everybody kind of what's happened for you since you got the planner and the system, and what you've learned, and whatever else you want to share.
Well, I've known Melanie for 13 years now. And so it's been quite a while. But truthfully, this is the first year I'm actually applying everything she's taught over the years. And let me tell you, in the last, I want to say 3-4 weeks for sure, when I made the decision to actually take action, things have changed drastically for me within myself and my family. So it's amazing. So truthfully, I've had the planner since March, I think, this year, and I never used it properly. I kind of answered the questions, filled in my goals here and there, didn't take it seriously. But when I did take it seriously, it was different. You felt the shift inside. It had you wanting to work for your goals, wanting to change your habits in order to reach your goals. And ever since I write down everything, like she said, you plan everything from cooking to cleaning to whatever, I write it down. Because the minute I did that, it's as if the energy I had within myself, the intention within myself, propelled to my family. Because now it's like an unspoken word. It's like I'll prepare dinner in the morning, and then my husband will finish it off in the evening. Like, it's just working out now, because as she said, if you respect your time, your family will respect your time as well. So it's been a huge shift in my life. I mean, I'm into personal development, and I've got a stack of books on my desk that I haven't gone into reading. And within the last 4 weeks, I've completed 3 books. And then I've got 2 more that are almost done that I'll finish before the end of the month. So, I mean, you think it's just a planner, but I mean, it's your life, basically. If you don't have a clear vision of your life, then you're not going to go anywhere. And I was a professional at doing that for many, many years. But now, I'm ready for a change, and I'm doing it. So Melanie and Shanda and this community has helped me tremendously in more ways than one.
You literally just made me cry, because if you guys think about this, like, literally it is your life, right? Like, and I think oftentimes, Christine, we have information in front of us, and we like, understanding comes in levels, obviously, right? Like, you see something and then you understand it, then you see it and you understand it. And I get all that for sure, because it is a way in my life. What I love about what you just said was you decided to take it seriously and really do it. And it's like within weeks, like, and it happens every time. Makes my hair stand on end. Within weeks, people see results. Now, what's so crazy, where do you think you'll be if you stay on track and keep doing it? Where do you think you'll be a year from now?
Oh gosh, a completely different person for sure. And hopefully not in this country anymore. Can I say that?
Right, that's the goal. Well, not the goal. You don't have to leave your country. That's not the goal.
Yeah,
but the goal is to be able to live wherever you want.
I just wanted to share a quick story. Like, over the weekend, I told myself that, okay, I'm sick and tired of being afraid. I'm sick and tired of staying where I am. I want to be this. I want to be a leader. I want to be seen. And that's a huge thing for me. The minute I released that and spoke it out to the universe, no joke, Shanda texted me an hour later and said, hey, would you share a testimonial for this community? I was like, scared, but yes, I'll do it.
Well, you're doing a great job. You guys drop some love in the chat for her, because I'm telling you guys, like, people would rather get lit on fire than be, public speak. And I'm really proud of you, and I'm so happy for your family. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your family. I can't wait to see your results. Even 6 months from now, it's going to be amazing. All right.
And I didn't cry. Sorry, I didn't cry. I cry on Zooms all the time, and I didn't cry. So yes.
Win! I love it. Well, I cry on Zooms all the time too, but it's fine. But okay. So Rochelle, you want to turn on your camera? Oh, maybe she can't. Ask to unmute.
Okay, my camera's not working.
Yeah, that's what happened to
me. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. Why don't you share with everybody when you started using the planner and what's kind of happened for you, if you're a mom or not, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so first off, the same thing happened to me that did to Christine, actually. I told myself the same thing. I want to be a leader. I want to be seen. And literally that day, Shonda texted me. So that's really
awesome.
crazy.
I love it.
Yes. But I am a mom. I have one child, married for 10 years. And I started using the planner about 3 weeks ago. It was after the Financial Fitness Challenge. Then I downloaded the PDF and I'm starting just with the papers. Can't wait till it gets here, like the planner itself. But like before that, like my life was just all over the place. Like I had so many goals, but they weren't written down. They weren't clear. They weren't precise. And once I got these papers, I just started putting it on, like dreaming. I forgot how to dream. And once I did that, it was just a shift just happened. And it's just amazing. Like my priorities, like my working out, quiet time, family time, date night, like those are every week. And I love that. I'm really in love with it. Can't wait till it gets here.
Well, you know what's really cool, Rochelle, about that is that when you're that intentional, like what Christine said, when you're blocking everything out and you're putting in your calendar, nothing's getting neglected.
Yeah.
So that mom guilt starts to lift, and you just feel better when your husband's taken care of, or your spouse is taken care of, or your kids are taken care of, and it just gets to this place where you get into a rhythm and you start really looking forward to date night, looking forward to the dates with your kids, looking forward to even doing food prep, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, it's very cool. So, let me ask you a question. What would you say has been, like, as far as like you go, what has been the biggest shift for you?
Working out, like my mental, so I get up early because my baby gets up early. She's like a 6:30 riser. So I need to get up really early to get my workout in. And before this, it was really hard for me to get up because it wasn't written down. And now every morning when my alarm goes off, I'm like, I got to get up. It's written down because I don't want to write into my planner that I didn't do it. So I know what my goals
actually have to
are.
track yourself.
Yeah. So just like being disciplined and giving myself what I deserve. So I love that.
So beautiful. I love it. Well, congratulations, Rochelle. Really proud of you guys. And I'm really glad that you guys, coming out of that financial fitness, we're going to talk about that here in a minute, but coming out of that, you chose to move forward, right? You didn't just stop your growth. You went and did something about it. And because of that, your goals are going to come flooding at you. So I'm super excited. You guys drop some love in the chat for Rochelle. So proud of, anyone, but these ladies being able to see and apply like that, right? So here's a couple of things you need to do. Book a calibration day. Calibration day is a day to think. And on that day, spoil yourself. You're no good to anyone when you're available to everyone. Period. Case closed, not negotiable. Progress over perfection. The reason for this training, first of all, I get asked 1,000 times a day about time management. Second, I developed this planner and success system because after coaching tens of, literally, you guys, tens of thousands of hours of coaching, no one had a tool. I took coaching. I'm a coach. No one had a tool to help me reach my dreams. And if I couldn't reach my dreams, how was I going to help you? So the world needs finishers. Most people start, they never finish. So the purpose of the planner and the success system is to actually move you towards your end goal. Now, I needed, which means you're going to need, a dream board, week at a glance, month at a glance, year at a glance, weekly tracking. Being able to keep your dreams and your goals in front of you is the key. Extremely important. Also, we need to track profit-producing activities, mindset training, being able to build teams, rank goals, weekly review and calibration. You guys, this is literally a business in a book. Like, it's a business in a book. Like, if I go through here, I've got monthly goals, weekly goals, quarterly plans. My social media plan is right here, right? What I'm doing on social media. My activity plan is right here. Everything I need to grow my business: expense tracker, contact list, and contact manager. I was so tired of having books everywhere. I created the planner so I could transfer my life and put it all in one place. Guess what? It literally takes less than 30 minutes a day. And I'm talking to plan, review, execute. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, you're done, you're reaching your goals, you're moving forward. And you guys, often it's even less than that. So is it time for you to reinvent yourself? If you guys are ready this year to reinvent yourself, I want you to drop a 10K again in the chat, because I want to know who's dead serious about changing their life this year. Like, you're just not going to let another year go by and just, okay, good. So here you are. Okay, I'm well aware that we stop ourselves all the time. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm not good at that stuff. What if I try and I don't succeed? This is my favorite one. I don't use a planner, I use my phone. That's my favorite one. Have fun with that. I don't know what to tell you. Your phone doesn't give you review, doesn't give you planning, doesn't give you monthly goals, does not give you yearly planning. It doesn't give you a date night with it doesn't give you any of that. It doesn't. Trust me. Literally the number one thing people are like, will you coach me? I'm like, yep, get a planner. It's the first thing I say. I've actually said to people, I won't work with you unless you have a planner. I use my phone. Don't get me wrong. All of my appointments, I put them here. They go in my phone too. I use my phone, right? But without this, I have no success plan. Without a success plan, I wander, I get distracted, I don't get things done. You don't get to be a top producer making $100,000 a month or $200,000 a month or $300,000 a month without a plan. It doesn't work, okay? And what if you try and you can't do it? You can do it, I promise. So here's what I've done. So crazy. Team's a little bit choked at me because literally we're losing money, but they wanted, and I wanted, for you to be able to get your hands on this planner for January. We're doing a 2-for-1 sale. So literally you're getting 2 planners for the price of 1. You're getting the weekly planning hacks, 5 secrets for success included, completely included. You're getting time management training, my time management training. You're also getting the 10 mistakes people make and how to avoid them, 10 profit producing activities, personal time ratios, calendar, time management, master your time, master your results, what to track, how to course correct, and how to create your dream right this year. I love it. Brandy's like, already ordered. Okay, you're also going to get my personal time ratios, actual calendar pages, time management Q&A, vision board training, which in itself is an hour long and amazing. Plus, for those of you that want fast track to total transformation, listen, this has never been done in the history of She's Creating an Empire.